Peace, 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 peace. Welcome to another episode with the original OG, aka Uncle the Corporal, from OmegaFMRadio.co.uk, where we give you a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Trying to be the voice of reasoning. Please share, leave a comment, and subscribe. But please leave a comment. Your comments will be well appreciated. Okay, Mr. Trevor Dixon, step to me.
Omega, Omega, Omega FM.
And thank you. Anyway, I have never asked anybody to agree with me. However, what I would say is to understand or understand where I'm coming from. Now, if you don't agree with me or you can't understand where I'm coming from, then it becomes frivolous to hold any kind of conversation or a discussion. All right. So all I'm going to ask you to do is do this. All right. Thank you, Matumbis. Anyway, uh, Julius Malema. Now, I had heard him say some time ago, saying, a united Africa in our lifetime, and our youth will be proud of us. All right. And to me, that was a profound statement. All right. Now, most of y'all know who Julius Malema is. If you don't know, well, this is Julius Malema.
I will never get tired. No one can make me tired. I march forward to the victory of our people. The revolution in South Africa is guaranteed that under the EFF, this country will be the better. Stand up, South Africa. Make sure that South Africa, you are counted with me. Run, South Africa. Stand and make sure that our people understand that they need to be counted. You must be counted. You must be part of history. You must make sure that you are one of the people who are going to deliver economic freedom in our lifetime.
In our lifetime.
In our lifetime. Amanda!
Amanda. In our lifetime.
Amafighter pitile kwelishu Fightanditive magamnange Amafighter pitile kwelishu Fightanditive magamnange Amafighter pitile kwelishu Fightanditive magamnange Amafighter pitile kwelishu Fightanditive magamnange
Okay, so that's Julius Malema. Now, some time ago, I had seen a video asking the question, is Julius Malema a rebel politician or a revolutionist? Now, I would say he's a rebel politician. Why? First of all, go to YouTube and put in EFF in South African Parliament. It's hilarious. You'll understand. They'd be fighting, they'd be cursing. You know, they have to have the police or the parliament people escort them out to the building, and that's a fight right there. It's hilarious. To have a look at it, all right? So that would be, as I said, EFF in South African Parliament. Okay, you crack up. Anyway, hear what he said. Did you hear what he said? He said, Julius stated a united Africa in our lifetime. Now, let's go back. Do I believe he's a rebel politician or is he a revolutionist? I believe a revolutionist takes up arms like Thomas Sankara, Fidel Castro, Che Chaveras, and many, many, many more. All right. Now, as far as a rebel politician, yeah, you may want to say philosophically that yes, you are a revolutionist, But I'm not looking at it from that point of view. And remember what I did say, take it from my point of view. All right. Now, let's look at the possibility of that dream coming true. All right. A United States of Africa, a United Africa, Republic of the United States of Africa, whatever you want to call it. All right. Now, a United States of Africa, there are 54 sovereign states inside of Africa. All right. Normally they say countries, but let's say we ain't going to say countries because we're going to talk about a 4-year period where somebody's elected and somebody's voted in. All right. Now, what we would want is one president, one currency, one vice president, one secretary of defense. Secretary of defense controls the army, the navy, and the air force. All right. Now you're going to have different subsections to that: intelligence, financing, agriculture, and so forth, where we have different people as a coalition that each one from each one of those states would play a role on that government. Right. Now, I want you to listen to this. Take a listen to this.
Africa is trembling, not from fear, but from the seismic force of truth crashing through the hollow narratives of Western domination. Julius Malema, the firebrand leader of South Africa's Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, has once again ignited the continent with a speech so raw, so unapologetic, that it has sent shockwaves from the Cape to Cairo. His words, delivered with the ferocity of a lion roaring against its captors, resonate with a growing chorus of African voices rejecting the suffocating grip of imperialism. And in this moment, Malema's rhetoric finds a powerful echo in Burkina Faso's fearless revolutionary, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, whose own defiance has become a beacon for a continent tired of being pawed at by foreign hands. Speaking at a packed rally in Soweto this past week, Malema didn't mince words. "Our friends will never be the United Kingdom, France, or the USA," he thundered, his voice cutting through the humid air like a machete through colonial lies. "They were never there for us during difficult times. Everywhere America goes, they never go to help. They go to destabilize." The crowd erupted, fists raised, red berets bobbing like a sea of blood-red defiance. It wasn't just a speech. It was a declaration of war against the historical amnesia that has kept Africa shackled to the whims of the West. Across the continent, in the...
Okay, so this is why I would vote for Julius Malema for president, all right? Now, in June of this year, Donald Trump ambushed the South African president, which is Ramaphosa, at the Oval Office about white genocide in South Africa. Now, this was an ambush. You'll understand why I said it's an ambush, all right? Now, the first voice I heard, right, brought a Kool-Aid smile to my face, had me grinning from ears to ears, all right? Because I'm saying, that's my peeps, all right? Take a listen to this. It's kind of long, but bear with me.
We have thousands of stories talking about it. Sure. And we have documentaries, we have news stories, and that. Is Natalie here? Somebody here to turn that? I could show you a couple of things, and I have to. It has to be responded to.
Yeah, sure.
Let me see the articles, please, if you would. And turn the lights down. Turn the lights down, and just put this on. It's right behind you, Johan.
There's nothing this parliament can do. With or without you, people are going to occupy land. We require no permission from you, from the president, from no one. We don't care. We can do whatever you want to do. Who are you to tell us whether we can occupy land or not? We are going to occupy land. Yeah. South Africa occupy land. That's who we are. We don't care what to do. We can withdraw my membership from this useless parliament. Honorable. Yes, honorable member.
Must never be scared to kill. A revolution demands that at some point there must be killing, because the killing is part of a revolutionary act. Shoot to kill the mother, kill the poor, the farmer, kill the poor, the farmer, pa, 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 to kill the mother, kill the poor, the farmer, kill the
He don't know what to do with
The mayor of DA in PE is a white man. So these people, when you want to hit them, go after a white man. They feel a terrible pain because you have touched a white man. Not because Mashaba and Suni will not be touched. They will be touched, no one. But we are starting with this whiteness. We are cutting the throat of whiteness.
Shoot, kill, Namasa, kill the brewer, the farmer, kill the brewer, the farmer. Pa, pa, pa. Shoot to kill, Namasa, kill the brewer, the farmer, kill the brewer, the farmer.
I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I'm saying to you, was not called for the killing of white people, at least for now. I can't guarantee the future.
David, do you understand somebody watching that, especially as it gets shared on Twitter? They freak out. It sounds like a genocidal
I can't take it.
Who will expropriate land without compensation, whether they like it or not. If they object, they can seek refugee in America.
Now, remember, this is what Trump had done, ambush Ramaphosa, which was totally dead wrong left to right. But you could see he was stuck. He didn't know how to respond. All right. But what Trump and the international media done was to inadvertently thrust Julius Malema in the world spotlight as an African leader. All right, so now you can understand why I'm more leaning for Julius Malema to be president of the United States of Africa. All right, so this is why I would vote for him. All right, and not only that, at the end of the audio soundbite, he would never forget the answers, especially Queen Winnie. Now, Queen Winnie, and this is what he said. He is the child of Queen Winnie, right? Now, I don't call her Winnie Mandela, right? Because I don't really have love in my heart for Nelson Mandela. He flipped against a strong African woman, intelligent, beautiful African woman, all right? So I'm not a fan of his. So this is why I call her Queen Winnie, all right? Plus, it was Julius Malema and the EFF boycotting McDonald's in South Africa due to where they were giving free food to the IDF soldiers and he was the first to say Israel was to be brought up before the ICC and the ICJ. That's when the South African government decided to file charges against Israel in the ICC and the ICJ. And you've heard it came back very recently and saying that the United Nations stated that it has violated 4 principles of the Human Rights Convention, right? But you can see that up to date. You can hear everything there. Anyway, Ramaphosa, right? Listen to this. Take a listen.
Trump says to him, hey Ramaphosa, why are you not arresting this Julius Malema? Why is this Julius Malema not in jail? He can't respond with a simple fact that this song, Kill the Boer, Kill the Farmer, was approved by the Constitutional Court. We are a constitutional democracy. We must defend the decisions of the court. He failed to defend the Constitutional Court. By failing to defend the Constitutional Court, it means he failed to protect the Constitution. And when you fail to protect the Constitution as a president of the country, you have failed in your primary duty of defending the sovereignty of South Africa. Ramaphosa it's a failure. But you must understand one thing. When Trump says, why is this man not in jail? Why is this man not arrested? He simply means, why is this man not dead? Why are you not killing this man who wants to kill for white people? In that White House, my ticket was taken out. They called for my life with an attempt to silence me. They will never kill me again because where I am dead. Because black people are dead. Black people have got no dignity. Black people have got no human rights. Black people cannot determine their own destination. They are waiting on the white supremacists to tell them which direction to take. What is this life we are living of being cowards? I'm not going to be silenced by threat of violence, of death. When you say don't jail him, Ramaphosa should have said, in South Africa we don't jail people like that. There are courts in South Africa and the courts have said there is nothing wrong with this song. This is not my song. I did not compose this song. I found this song. The struggle heroes composed this song. All I'm doing is to defend the legacy of our struggle. This is a heritage of our struggle. This is the song that was sang by Peter Mokaba in the presence of Chris Hani, in the presence of Winnie Mandela. And therefore, I will never stop singing a song that Winnie Mandela sang before she died. That will be a betrayal.
All right, so now you know why I'm saying, you hear me saying about Julius Malema, all right? And that was a response to what happened with Ramaphosa and Donald Trump. Julius Malema responded, all right? And what he said, heard what he said about Winnie Mandela. He is really and truly the child of Winnie Mandela, all right? Bob, step to me.
And until the ignoble and unhappy regime that hold our brothers in Angola, in Mozambique, South Africa, subhuman bondage have been toppled, totally destroyed. Well, everywhere is war. War.
Okay, and what Julius Malema was saying, what's bringing a lot of controversy, is occupation without compensation. Take back the land from the majority of white people and give it back to the original people of that land, the Africans. All right?
We're moving right out of Babylon, and we're going to our father's land. Yeah.
All right, thanks, Bob. All right, now for vice president, who would I go for vice president? I would go for Dr. Arikana Chiombre Quayle. She was the African Union ambassador to the United States. She was the one who was so persistent on raising to the people and the continuation of colonization in Africa, especially what the French was doing in Africa. All right? Now, she's a strong African woman. She reminds me of Queen Winnie. Intelligent, beautiful, and guess what? She's an African. Right? If you don't know who Dr. Arikana Chiombre Quayle is, all right, she's got many videos up there on YouTube, so you can go to her. But anyway, Miss Quayle, please step to me.
What's happening in Burkina Faso must be supported. What's happening in Mali must be supported. What's happening in Niger must be supported. If you care the least bit about our future, how else are we going to get France out of Africa? How else are we going to get Britain, Germany, all those former colonizers? They're now in as multinationals, siphoning billions out of Africa, using safe havens to hide their returns. We know they're here. They are now wolf in sheep's clothing. What is it going to take? If you look at the move that Niger made, by simply saying, France, you can no longer buy our uranium for 80 cents a kilo.
Listen.
When we know very well you're selling it for 200 euros per kilo. Niger was realizing about 1 billion out of the sales of its uranium a year, while France was realizing close to 300 billion. That one move alone, when Niger said, if you want our uranium, 200 euros a kilo, please. Immediately, 300 billion. 1 million. It's not going to take much to change Africa. We got what it takes. If there's one thing we're very fortunate of, we are endowed with everything the rest of the world needs. The truth of the matter is, we don't need the world. The world needs Africa. But do we really know that and believe in it and are ready to stand up and proclaim who we are?
All right. And that's Dr. Arikana Quayle. All right. Take a look at it from my point of view. And that's why I said I would vote for Dr. Arikana Quayle. Try to get it straight, OG. All right. Now, don't forget to please subscribe, leave a comment. Your comments definitely will be well appreciated, and share. All right. So please subscribe, share, and leave a comment. All right. Now let's move on. All right. So now you know who am I voting for? For President of Africa would be Julius Malema. Vice President would be Dr. Arikana Quayle. And you know, as I said about Dr. Arikana Quayle, she's a strong African woman, and she reminds me of Queen Winnie. Okay? Now, what do we have up next? Finally. All right, finally.
Kwame Nkrumah, gone. Patrice Lumumba, gone. Thomas Sankara, gone. Julius Nyerere, gone. Jomo Kenyatta, gone. Samora Machel, gone. Steve Biko, gone. Samora Machel, gone. Steve Biko, gone. Haile Selassie, gone. Nelson Mandela, gone. Amilcar Cabral, gone. Africa, protect Traoré, let no shadow steal his glory. From the Nile to Soweto, we mourn and pray, don't take another prophet away. Africa, protect Traoré, protect, protect, protect. It's our only message from Haiti to Accra, we still say gone, gone.
Okay, now, Ibrahim Traoré. I was listening to the African World News, African BBC World News, as a matter of fact. And an individual came on and said, a lot of the information you're going to be hearing and seeing on the social media is fake news. An example, R. Kelly, Beyonce, and Rihanna done a song, right? It was up on social media. Fake music. However, it was good fake music, because all the information that really and truly you hear coming up on social media, right, is basically good fake media. No problem with that. All right. But what he did say was he couldn't understand where the youth around Africa is leaning onto Ibrahim Traoré, right? Take a listen to this one. Bob?
There's a natural mystic flowing through the air. If you listen carefully now, you will hear.
All right. Now, when I first heard this song back in the days when I was a Ras, it was like a natural mystic blowing through the air with the Rastafarian. There was no leadership, but a bunch of youth them around basically the Western world at that time was young youth. All right. And it was this natural mystic that was blowing through the air. But now I can look at it in this sense, or in this present time. I look at Ibrahim Toure, and when the man stated on BBC African News that, yes, some of the information is fake news, a lot of it is, but I'm looking at it as the original OG, looking at it from my point of view, it's still good information, right? Or if you want to call it good fake information, right? But what he did say was he could not understand or understand why the youth them around Africa was attracted to this man. Gambia, I'm talking to individuals in Gambia, it's Ibrahim Toure. A lot of people I've spoken to on the street as young people, it's Ibrahim Toure, all right? So I said, it must be a natural mystic blowing through the air. Remember, when was it, April the 30th of this year, when we heard the story about the general in the United States talking about Burkina Faso, and all of a sudden there was protest or support around the world. There was a video of them in France. It was about 2 million people in France. The United States, the Caribbean, and almost everywhere that people of color was or art, they were supporting Ibrahim Toure. All right? Now, listen to this.
I want us to watch and to listen to this powerful message from Ibrahim Traore. Ibrahim Traore, he's sending a powerful message to all Jamaicans and also Jamaicans leader. Kindly guys, watch this video till the end, then I'll be back with more comment.
Brothers and sisters of Jamaica, I greet you with the fire of the ancestors burning in my chest and the red dust of Burkina Faso still on my boots. I come not as a head of state speaking to a foreign people, but as a son of Africa reaching out to his kin across the sea. I come as a revolutionary brother who recognizes in your struggles the reflections of our own. I come to honor your pain, salute your courage, and share in your enduring vision of freedom, from Ouagadougou to Kingston. From the Sahel winds to the tropical breeze of the Caribbean, we are bound by the same ancestral drumbeat. We are the children of ancient civilizations disrupted by conquest, torn by slavery, and tested by imperial deception. Yet we are also the descendants of those who never bowed, the Maroons who defied empire, the Burkinabe who rose with Sankara, the freedom fighters whose spirits still roam our hills, mountains, and deserts. Our story is not one of defeat, it is one of unbroken resistance. Jamaica, you are not small. You are mighty in memory, in rhythm, in soul. You are the flame that has kept burning in the night of oppression. You are the defiance of Queen Nanny, the vision of Marcus Garvey, the revolution of sound that came from Peter Tosh and Bob Marley. Your island is not isolated, it is a beacon, a fortress of the African spirit in the Atlantic. When I listen to Bob Marley, I do not hear entertainment, I hear sacred instruction. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. These words echo in every occupied corner of our continent. For while the chains of iron were broken long ago, the chains of the mind still hold many of us hostage. They come not with soldiers, but with debt. They come not with whips, but with NGOs. They do not enforce submission through colonial laws, but through economic blackmail, cultural domination, and the silencing of truth. Africa knows this well. In Burkina Faso, we buried Thomas Sankara, a son of the soil who dared to dream aloud. He spoke of self-reliance, dignity, and anti-imperialism. For that, they killed him. Not just foreign agents, but collaborators from within. That is the great tragedy of our times. That betrayal too often wears a familiar face. Yet the flame he lit has not died. It has moved from village to village, heart to heart, until once again, the people have stood and said, enough. We are reclaiming our voice, our resources, our futures. And in doing so, we recognize the same spirit in you, Jamaica. Jamaica, Your story is Africa's story. Your maroons are our freedom fighters. Your sugar fields mirror our cotton plantations. Your stolen children found themselves on ships whose sails were soaked in blood. And yet you built music from suffering, wisdom from wounds, and solidarity from struggle. Peter Tosh roared, "I don't want no peace. I need equal rights and justice." This is not a protest, it is a prophecy. Peace without justice is the silence of the oppressed. We do not want handouts. We want fairness. We want truth. We want the world to see us not as problems to manage, but as partners in the shaping of a new global reality. But the system is not neutral. The West did not become powerful through diplomacy alone. It gained its wealth from stolen labor, looted resources, and conquered minds. And when we resist, they do not hesitate to destabilize, discredit, or destroy. We have seen it with Lumumba, with Nkrumah, with Gaddafi, and again with every African nation that tries to stand upright. And yet, they fear our unity. They fear the moment when Africa and the Caribbean, when the children of the diaspora and the children of the continent recognize that we are one. That fear is justified, for that moment has arrived. You are not a dot on a map. You are not a nation of 9 parishes. You are not just reggae and beaches. You are the heartbeat of a global consciousness. Your resistance echoes from Accra to Addis Ababa. Your pride feeds the souls of those still struggling to walk upright in a world built to keep them crawling. Jamaica, your youth are warriors of knowledge, of rhythm, of revolution. Do not wait to be told you matter. Stand, create, mobilize, build cooperatives, guard your land. Teach your children the stories not found in colonial textbooks. Let them know their lineage is not one of shame, but of unmatched strength. To the elders we thank you. Your memory is sacred. You who remember when resistance had a cost, when black skin was a target, when black thought was a threat, you are the living libraries of our struggle. Your wisdom is our blueprint. Tell us the names they tried to erase. Sing the songs they feared. Carry the flames they tried to extinguish. To the leaders I offer a challenge. Be not middlemen for empire. Be not brokers of foreign interest. Be servants of the people. Build economies that feed your people, not your bank accounts. Reject policies that silence the poor to please the powerful. Know that history will remember, and it will judge. To the artists, the poets, the musicians, be prophets. Do not let your art be tamed by the market. Create not for profit alone, but for liberation. Let your verses be swords. Let your paintings be protests. Let your lyrics carry the rage, the joy, the dreams of the people. To the farmers, thank you. You who still understand the sacredness of land. You who feed nations while the world turns to artificial convenience. You are the keepers of true wealth. To the women queens of our lineage, warriors of our future, you are not background. You are not support. You are leaders. Raise your voices. Guard your daughters. Shape the policies. Lead the movements. Without you, there is no revolution. Let us build a new axis not of exploitation, but of solidarity. Let our trade routes carry cassava and yam, not cocaine and guns. Let our classrooms teach African literature and Caribbean poetry. Let our children know that they are heirs not to trauma, but to greatness. Let us declare an end to being laboratories for foreign experiments. Let us fund our own research, heal our own wounds, tell our own stories, trust our own instincts, celebrate our own holidays, honor our own gods. Let us imagine the future. A Jamaica with food sovereignty, universal education, and dignified housing. A Burkina Faso with clean water, just laws, and strong institutions. A global black community that does not beg but builds, that does not apologize but asserts. Let this be our mission, not nostalgia, but forward motion. Not despair, but defiance. Not revenge, but reconstruction. The drums have never stopped. The ancestors are watching. The youth are rising. The soil is still rich. The dream is still alive. One Africa, one Caribbean, one struggle, one destiny. Thank you.
Okay, Ibrahim Traoré speaking about Jamaica and the Caribbean. All right. Now, as I said, for President, Julius Malema, Vice President, it would be Dr. Arcano Chiombre, right? And for Secretary of Defense to control the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force would be Ibrahim Traore. Now, you have Chad, Mali, and Niger. They are military places. They would have play a part in the being a part of the Defense Council. You would have PLO Lumumba. He would play a role. You would have the president from Eritrea. He plays a role. The president from Uganda. He has a role. I'm only talking from the top of the head, the ones I can remember, basically from country, don't even remember their names, so bear with me, all right? So, as I said, Ibrahim Traore, Secretary of Defense. It's a natural mystic blowing through the air. It's not just the Caribbean. It's not just the Western world, United States, Canada, America, and it's definitely starting from Africa. No problem with that, all right? Now, one more thing, right? I said it's a natural mystic blowing. I have a brethren who I asked him in the past, when are you going to go to Gambia? When are you going to go to Ghana? Boy, I'm not a time for that. And I'm saying to him, all right, go at least once in a lifetime. Now, he said he ain't going, period. And that was the end of the conversation. And a couple months later, right, I hear him talking about he want to go to Africa. Why? Because he heard about Ibrahim Traore. Listen to this.
It can't happen, man. It can't happen. Right now, I get a ticket to go to Ibrahim Traore country. I'm going to help him fight the fight, man. I tell you right now. Send for me. Send for me at Jamaica, me there. Send for me. And enough of we there, we come fight for you. Just send a plane out and see what people go on the plane just to come fight for you. Send for we. Send for we. Looking at me eye. Send for we.
Ladies and gentlemen, that Jamaican man has gone viral in Africa. In fact, it was posted by a TV station in Gambia. Ladies and gentlemen, when you thought that the demonstration was over, my Jamaican brothers and sisters are saying, you know what? We are still going to stand for Africa. That is just a small portion of the video that I'm about to play. Let me play you the whole video. Thereafter, we're going to analyze what the Jamaicans said to the Americans regarding them trying to silence Ibrahim Traore.
America, you need to look what you're doing in America. America, you need to look at what you're doing in America.
Oh,
you hear me? You see, you, General Langley, if you ever set foot in Africa and talk about how you're going to destroy Ibrahim Traore, let me tell you, man, it'll be the last mistake you ever make. And my people of the world, if you don't sit down and make this happen, we deserve to be in slavery for the rest of our blows and skirt eternity. Because the man I try to liberate with color, and I try to put it up on the map, make we words to say we is.
All right. Sorry, I accidentally cut it at that point in time. All right. You can get all of that on YouTube. I try to put it in the content so that you can understand why I stated that I'd vote for Ibrahim Traore as Secretary of Defense, Dr. Arcano Cuello for Vice President, and Julius Malema for President. Okay? So, and don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and your comments will be definitely appreciated and shared. Okay, my next one I'm going to be doing, the next episode will be on young Pharaoh and why I think Mossad got to him. And as I said, it's just my point of view. It's nothing to do with it and say, well, I'm right or I'm wrong, but at least we can have a conversation because it's just what? My point of view. And it would be for us to have, right, a beautiful dream. Just imagine, just think about it, a beautiful dream. A United States of Africa in our lifetime. Nobody else's lifetime, but in our lifetime. What a beautiful dream. Anyway, you all have a pleasant afternoon, morning, evening, night, respectively, wherever you at. You take care. I'm out. Hope to catch you on the rebound.